Listen to me. This is not a coincidence. You didn't find this message by accident. I have been watching you. Every silent tear, every hidden pain, every moment you felt like giving up. You tried to stay strong, even when your heart was heavy, even when no one understood what you were going through. But I see everything. I saw the nights you cried in silence, the times you questioned your worth, the moments you felt alone in a crowded world. And I want you to hear this clearly. You are not alone. I am with you right now. In this moment, closer than you think. You've been asking for a sign, wondering if I'm listening, wondering if things will ever change. This is your sign. Something is about to shift in your life. The pain you've been carrying, the weight that's been holding you down. I am about to lift it. Doors you thought were closed forever are about to open. Opportunities you never expected are coming your way. But you must trust me, even when you don't understand the process, even when the road feels uncertain, even when everything seems to be falling apart. I am working behind the scenes. What you see as delay is actually preparation. What you feel as rejection is my protection. And what you think is the end is just the beginning of something greater. Don't lose faith now. You've come too far. You've survived too much to give up in this moment. I created you with purpose. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more loved than you can imagine. So hold on, because the breakthrough you've been praying for is closer than ever. Keep going, keep believing, and never forget, I am always with you. And when you feel tired, when your strength starts to fade, remember this. I did not bring you this far just to leave you here. Every struggle you faced was shaping you. Every delay was preparing you. Every pain was building a stronger version of you. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and understand why everything had to happen this way. I know the desires of your heart. I know what you've been praying for, even the prayers you never spoke out loud. And I am answering you in ways you cannot yet see. So do not rush the timing. Do not compare your journey to others. What I have planned for you is unique and worth the wait. Stay patient. Stay faithful, because the blessing that is coming will be bigger than the pain you've endured. The joy that is coming will erase the sadness you've carried, and the peace that is coming will calm every storm inside you. Trust me, even when people walk away, even when things don't go your way, even when everything feels uncertain, I am still in control. I am making a way where there seems to be no way. I am turning your losses into lessons, your wounds into wisdom, and your story into something powerful. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not behind in life. You are exactly where you need to be for what is about to happen next. So rise again. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of everything that's been holding you back. Step forward with faith, because a new chapter is beginning. A chapter filled with growth, healing, abundance, and purpose. And when it finally happens, when everything starts to fall into place, you will realize, I was there all along, guiding you, protecting you, loving you through it all. So don't stop now. Your miracle is closer than you think. And even now, as you're listening to this, something inside you is waking up. That quiet strength, that small hope you thought was gone, it's still there. I placed it inside you for a reason. You were never meant to break. You were meant to rise. Again and again, no matter how many times life pushed you down. I know you're tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of trying. tired of pretending everything is okay. But hear me, your story is not over. There is still so much ahead of you. Moments that will make you smile again. People who will truly value you. Opportunities that will change your life. This pain you feel right now, it will not last forever. Seasons change, and so will your life. The darkness you're in is only temporary. Light is coming, and when it comes, it will shine brighter than anything you've ever seen. But you must hold on just a little longer. Don't let this moment define you. Don't let your past control you. Don't let fear stop you. You are stronger than your struggles. You are bigger than your fears. You are capable of more than you realize. Start believing in yourself again. Take that first step, even if it's small, even if you're unsure. I will guide you. I will open the right doors at the right time. And when you feel lost, just be still and listen, because I am always speaking to you through your heart, through your journey, through moments like this. Nothing in your life is wasted. Every tear, every failure, every setback is being turned into something meaningful. One day, your story will inspire others. One day, your pain will have a purpose. One day, you will thank me for not giving up on you. So keep going, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when you feel like stopping. Keep going, because where you are headed is worth everything you've been through. And remember this, you are chosen, you are loved, you are guided, and I am always with you. And after everything, after all the waiting, all the pain, all the questions, there will come a moment, a quiet, beautiful moment, where everything finally makes sense. You will look back at the nights you cried and realize they were not in vain. You will understand why certain doors stayed closed, why certain people had to leave, why certain plans didn't work out. Because I was protecting you, redirecting you, preparing something better for you. Not everything you lost was meant to stay, and not every delay was meant to deny you. Some things had to fall apart, so better things could come together. And when that day comes, you won't feel broken anymore. You'll feel proud. Proud that you didn't give up. Proud that you kept going. Proud that you survived what once felt impossible. Your tears will turn into strength. Your pain will turn into power. Your story will turn into testimony. And the same person who once felt lost will become someone others look up to. You will become the light for someone else still walking in darkness. This is how your pain finds purpose. This is how your story becomes meaningful. So don't rush this journey. Don't try to skip the process, because everything you're going through right now is shaping the person you are becoming. And that person is stronger, wiser, kinder, unstoppable. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And most importantly, trust me, because I am not just guiding your steps. I am writing your story, and I promise you, it will be worth it. So before you go, before this message fades, take a deep breath and feel this moment. You are here for a reason, not by accident, not by chance, but by purpose. Everything in your life right now, the confusion, the waiting, the healing, it is all part of something greater that is unfolding for you. You may not see the full picture yet, but you don't need to. All you need to do is take the next step. One step with faith, one step with courage, one step with trust, and I will meet you there. Whenever you feel lost again, whenever doubt tries to enter your mind, come back to this truth. You are not alone. You are being guided. You are being protected, even in silence, even in delay. even in uncertainty. I am there, walking beside you, carrying you when you're weak, lifting you when you fall. So don't be afraid of what's ahead. Your future is not something to fear. It's something to step into, with faith, with strength, with belief, because something beautiful is waiting for you. And when you finally reach it, you will understand why you had to go through everything you did. So go forward now, with a calm heart, with a strong spirit, with unshakable faith. And remember, no matter where life takes you, no matter how hard it gets, I am with you, always. And one more thing, if you're still listening, if you didn't scroll away, this message was meant for you. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now, because something inside you needed to hear this. Maybe you've been losing hope. Maybe you've been questioning everything. Maybe you've been silently asking, is anyone really there for me? And the answer is, yes, I have always been here. In the moments you felt weakest, in the times you almost gave up, in the silence where you felt nothing, I was there. You just didn't realize it yet. But now you do. So carry this with you. When life gets heavy, when your mind gets loud, when your heart feels tired, close your eyes, take a breath, and remember this feeling. Because this is your reminder that you are seen, you are heard, you are not forgotten, and you never will be. Even after this ends, I am still with you. In every step you take, in every choice you make, in every breath you breathe, I am there. So don't be afraid of tomorrow, because I am already there, waiting for you. There were moments you almost walked away from everything, moments where you questioned your purpose, your path, even your own strength. You smiled in front of others, but inside you were tired. Tired of being strong all the time. Tired of carrying what no one else could see. And yet, you're still here. That alone means something. It means there is a strength inside you that even you don't fully understand yet. A strength I placed within you long before you ever faced these battles. You were built for this, not to suffer forever, but to grow through it, to rise higher than what tried to break you. Every challenge you're facing right now is stretching you into a new version of yourself. A wiser you, a stronger you, a more fearless you. But growth, it doesn't feel comfortable. It feels like pressure. It feels like confusion. It feels like everything falling apart at once. But what if it's actually everything coming together? What if this phase of your life is not the end of something, but the beginning of everything you asked for? You've been praying for change, for peace, for something better. And now that it's starting to happen, it feels unfamiliar, because you're stepping into something new. So don't run from this moment. Don't go back to what felt safe, but was slowly holding you back. Move forward, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's uncertain, because where you are going requires you to let go of who you used to be. The old doubts, the old fears, the old version of you. It cannot come with you into your next chapter. You are evolving. And yes, it's hard, but it's also necessary. One day soon, you will wake up and feel different, lighter, clearer, stronger. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger than what once shook you. And in that moment, you will realize something powerful. You made it. Through the confusion, through the pain, through the waiting, you made it. So keep going. Because the version of you that you've been trying to become is closer than ever. And I am guiding you every step of the way. There is something you need to understand. Your life is not Sluchi. It is design. Every path you walked, every mistake you made, every delay that frustrated you, none of it was wasted. You call it confusion. I call it direction. You call it failure. I call it training. Because the life you are meant to live requires a version of you that is not weak, that is not easily shaken, that does not give up when things get hard. And that version of you is being built right now, not later, not someday, right now, in this very season. That's why things feel intense. That's why you feel pressure. Because pressure creates strength. Think about it. A diamond is not formed in comfort. It is formed under pressure. And so are you. Stop wishing for an easier life and start becoming a stronger person. Because the moment you change, everything around you begins to change. The way you think, the way you react, the way you see yourself. It all shifts. And suddenly, doors that once felt impossible start to open. But listen carefully. Not every open door is meant for you. Some doors are distractions. Some opportunities look good, but lead you away from your purpose. That's why you must stay aware. Not everything that feels right is right for your future. Trust the timing. Trust the redirection. If something leaves your life, let it go. If something doesn't work out, let it teach you. Because what is truly meant for you will not require you to lose yourself to keep it. You are not here to chase everything. You are here to become someone. Someone disciplined. Someone focused. Someone who doesn't quit when things get uncomfortable. Because discipline is what will carry you when motivation disappears. And there will be days where you don't feel inspired, where you don't feel strong, where you don't feel ready. Those are the days that matter most. Because that's where real growth happens. Not when it's easy, but when you choose to keep going anyway. So build yourself. Build your mind. Build your habits. Build your faith. Because your future is not built in one moment. It is built daily, in the choices no one else sees. And one day, those small, quiet choices will turn into a life that everyone else will notice. Stay consistent. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Because where you are going requires all of you. And I am shaping you into someone ready for it. There is a version of you that you haven't fully met yet. Not because it doesn't exist, but because you've been holding yourself back. Holding on to old beliefs, old fears, old stories about who you think you are. But hear this clearly. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the opinions people placed on you. You are not the limits you accepted out of fear. Those were chapters, not your identity. Your real identity is still unfolding. And sometimes, before you step into who you are meant to become, everything that is not aligned with you has to fall away. That's why things feel uncertain. That's why people change. That's why situations shift. It's not here to break you. It's here to reveal you, to show you who you truly are. When everything else is stripped away, and I know that can feel uncomfortable, because clarity doesn't always come with calm. Sometimes, clarity comes through chaos. But don't fear this moment. This is where transformation begins. This is where you stop pretending and start becoming real. Real with yourself. Real with your choices. Real with your path. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to see the whole journey. You just need to take one honest step forward. One step in truth. One step in courage. One step in faith. And I will meet you there. You've been waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect plan. The perfect certainty. But growth doesn't wait for perfect. It begins with movement. So move. even if it's slow, even if it's messy, even if you're unsure, because standing still will only keep you in the same place. And you were not created to stay stuck. You were created to rise above doubt, to rise above fear, to rise above everything that tried to define you. And yes, you may fall again. You may have moments where you feel lost again. But this time, you will not stay there. Because now you know, you can get back up. Again and again and again. That is your power. Not perfection, but persistence. Not having all the answers, but refusing to give up. So step into this next version of yourself. The one who trusts. The one who grows. The one who keeps going no matter what. Because that version of you is already within you, waiting, and I am calling it forward. There are things in your heart you don't talk about, pain you learn to carry quietly, memories you try not to revisit, feelings you buried just to keep moving forward. And from the outside, it looks like you're okay, but inside, you're still holding on to words that hurt you, holding on to moments that broke you, holding on to people who were never meant to stay. And it's heavy, heavier than you admit. But listen to me now. You don't have to carry this forever. You were never meant to. Healing is not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's not about ignoring what happened. It's about releasing the weight, so it no longer controls you. Because as long as you hold on to that pain, it holds on to you. It shapes your thoughts, your reactions, your ability to trust again. And it keeps you tied to a version of your life that is already over. You deserve more than that. You deserve peace. But peace requires something difficult. Letting go. Letting go of the anger. Letting go of the resentment. Letting go of the why did this happen to me? Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. Forgiveness is not about them. It's about freeing yourself, freeing your mind, freeing your heart, freeing your future. Because you cannot step fully into what's ahead if you're still chained to what's behind. And I know, letting go is not easy. Some wounds were deep. Some losses changed you. Some betrayals stayed with you longer than they should have. But carrying it is costing you your peace. So release it, not all at once, but little by little, day by day. Choose peace over pain. Choose growth over bitterness. Choose yourself over what hurt you. Because your life is still moving forward. And there is so much ahead of you that does not deserve to be overshadowed by your past. You are allowed to start fresh. You are allowed to feel light again, to smile without force, to trust again slowly. Healing doesn't make you weak. It makes you whole. And as you begin to heal, you will notice something beautiful. The things that once hurt you will no longer have power over you. The memories will still exist, but they will no longer control how you feel. That is freedom. That is peace. And that is where you are heading. So be patient with yourself. You are not behind. You are healing. And I am with you in every step of that healing. Right now, it may feel like nothing is happening, like you're stuck in the same place, making the same effort, but seeing no real change. You try, you wait, you hope, and still, everything feels slow. But what you don't see is that something is happening, quietly, deeply, powerfully. Growth is not always loud. It doesn't always come with big signs, or instant results, or visible progress. Sometimes, growth happens in silence, like roots growing beneath the ground, before anything appears above it. And just because you cannot see it, does not mean it isn't there. You are growing, in your mindset, in your patience, in your strength. You are becoming more aware, more focused, more aligned. And this phase, this slow, quiet phase, it is necessary. Because if everything came to you too quickly, you wouldn't be ready to hold it. You wouldn't value it the same way. Timing matters, and your timing is being carefully prepared. So stop doubting this season. Stop thinking you're behind. Just because things aren't moving fast, you are not behind. You are in preparation. Every delay you feel is building something within you. Discipline, clarity, resilience, things that will matter far more than speed ever will. Because fast success, without inner strength, does not last, but slow growth, with strong foundation, creates something unshakable. So trust this pace, even when it's frustrating, even when it tests your patience, even when it makes you question everything. Because one day, everything that feels slow right now will suddenly make sense. The timing will align. The doors will open. The path will become clear. And you will realize nothing was late. Nothing was wasted. Everything came together exactly when it needed to. So don't rush your journey. Don't compare your timing to others. What is meant for you is being prepared in ways you cannot see yet. Stay consistent. Stay patient. Stay grounded in your faith. Because even in stillness, even in silence, even when it feels like nothing is moving, everything is being arranged for you. There is a moment in every life where everything begins to change. Not loudly, not suddenly, but quietly. A shift in the way you think. A shift in what you tolerate. A shift in what you believe you deserve. And that moment is happening for you right now. You are not the same person you were before. The things that once satisfied you no longer feel enough. The places you once felt comfortable now feel limiting. The people you once depended on no longer understand your direction. And that can feel lonely. But it's not loneliness. It's transformation. You are outgrowing what you were never meant to stay in. And growth always requires separation. Separation from old habits, old environments, old versions of yourself. That's why it feels uncomfortable. Because you are stepping into the unknown. But the unknown is where your next level exists. Everything you want, everything you've been praying for, everything you've been trying to become, it is not behind you. It is ahead of you. But to reach it, you must have the courage to move forward. Even when you don't feel ready. Even when you don't have all the answers. Even when no one else understands your vision. Because this path was not given to everyone. It was given to you. For a reason. There is something unique about your journey. Something only you can fulfill. And the moment you start trusting that, everything begins to align. You stop chasing validation. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't see your vision. You stop doubting every step you take. And instead, you move with quiet confidence. Not because everything is certain, but because you are. Certain that you are growing. Certain that you are guided. Certain that you are becoming who you were meant to be. And that certainty changes everything. Because when you believe in your path, obstacles stop looking like barriers and start looking like steps. Every challenge becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes redirection. Every delay becomes preparation. And suddenly, you are no longer afraid of what's ahead. You welcome it because you understand. Your future is not something that happens to you. It is something you step into with intention, with discipline, with faith. So step forward now. Leave behind the doubt. Leave behind the fear. Leave behind the version of you that kept playing small. because that version is not your final form. You are meant for more growth, more impact, more purpose, and yes, more responsibility, because the life you are stepping into will require strength. It will require focus. It will require you to rise above distractions and stay committed to your path. But you are ready. Even if you don't fully feel it yet, you are ready. Everything you've been through has prepared you for this moment. Nothing was random. Nothing was meaningless. Every experience, every struggle, every lesson has shaped you into someone capable of handling more, capable of achieving more, capable of becoming more. So trust yourself, trust your growth, trust your journey, and most importantly, trust the direction you are being pulled toward, because that pull is not accidental. It is your purpose calling you forward. And the moment you fully answer that call, your life will begin to change in ways you once thought were impossible. So don't hesitate. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for approval. Move now, even if it's just one step, because one step leads to another and another, until one day you look back and realize you didn't just dream about a better life. You created it. One day, far from now, you will pause and you will look back at your life, not at the small moments, not at the temporary struggles, but at the bigger picture, the life you built, the person you became, the impact you left behind. And in that moment, the question will not be, how easy was it? The question will be, did I become who I was meant to be? Because your life is not just about surviving each day. It's about becoming someone who stands strong in difficult times, someone who keeps going when others stop, someone who chooses growth even when it's uncomfortable, and most importantly, someone who makes a difference. You don't have to change the entire world, but you are meant to change something. A life, a moment, a perspective. Maybe it's through your words. Maybe it's through your actions. Maybe it's simply through the way you show up every single day. But your presence matters more than you realize. There are people you haven't met yet who will be impacted by who you choose to become. There are doors you haven't walked through yet that will only open when you step into your true self. There are opportunities waiting, not for the person you were, but for the person you are becoming. So don't underestimate this phase. Don't think this moment is small, because right now, you are laying the foundation of your future. Every decision you make, every habit you build, every thought you choose to believe, it all adds up, day by day, step by step, until one day, it becomes your reality. A reality that once felt far away, now becomes your everyday life. But here's the truth. That life will not come from comfort. It will come from commitment. Commitment to your growth. Commitment to your purpose. Commitment to becoming better, even when no one is watching. Because the strongest transformations happen in private, in the quiet mornings, in the moments of discipline, in the times you choose to keep going without applause. That is where your future is built. So stop waiting for recognition. Stop waiting for everything to feel perfect. Start showing up now as the person you want to become. Think like them. Act like them. Move like them. Because the more you align with that version of yourself, the closer it becomes to your reality. And one day, without even realizing when it happened, you will be living the life you once only imagined. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to give up. You refused to stay the same. You chose growth over comfort, faith over fear, action over hesitation. And that choice will define everything. So from this moment forward, live with intention, speak with purpose, move with discipline, think with clarity, because your life is not random. It is being shaped by what you choose right now. And the future you are stepping into is not just about you. It's about what you will create, what you will inspire, and what you will leave behind. This is your legacy, and it starts today. There will be days when your faith feels weak, days where your mind is full of questions, where your heart feels heavy, where nothing seems clear anymore. You will wonder if you're on the right path. You will question your decisions. You will feel the weight of uncertainty pressing down on you. And in those moments, it becomes easy to stop, easy to go back to what felt familiar, even if it wasn't right for you. Easy to doubt everything you've been building. But listen carefully. Doubt is not the end of your journey. It is part of it, because faith is not proven when everything is going well. Faith is proven when everything feels uncertain, and you still choose to move forward, even if it's slow, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't have all the answers. That is real strength, not the absence of fear, but the decision to keep going despite it. You are not expected to have everything figured out. You are not expected to feel confident every single day. You are human. You will have moments of weakness, but those moments do not define you. What defines you is what you do next. Do you stay down, or do you rise again? Do you let doubt control you, or do you move forward anyway? Because every time you choose to rise, you become stronger, stronger than your fears, stronger than your past, stronger than the voice inside your head that tells you to give up. And slowly, something begins to change. You stop fearing failure. You stop overthinking every step. You stop needing everything to be perfect. And instead, you start trusting yourself, trusting that no matter what happens, you will handle it. That even if things don't go as planned, you will learn, adjust, and continue. That even if you fall, you will get back up. Again, and again, and again. That is how you rebuild yourself. Not in one moment, but through consistent decisions. Small choices, made daily, to keep going, to keep trying, to keep believing. And over time, those small choices create something powerful, an unbreakable mindset, a version of you that no longer collapses under pressure, but rises through it, a version of you that doesn't run from challenges, but faces them with courage, a version of you that understands. Life will never be perfect, but you don't need it to be, because you have become strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. So don't fear these difficult days. They are not here to stop you. They are here to strengthen you, to prepare you for the life ahead, the responsibilities ahead, the opportunities ahead, because where you are going will require this strength, and you are building it right now. So keep moving forward, even in doubt, even in fear, even in uncertainty, because every step you take is shaping you into someone who cannot be easily broken. And that is your true power. There is a point in your journey where trying to control everything becomes exhausting. You plan, you push, you try to make things happen, and when they don't, frustration begins to grow. You start asking, why is this not working? Why is everything so difficult? Why does it feel like I'm stuck? But what if you were never meant to force it? What if the resistance you feel is not a sign to push harder, but a sign to release control? Because not everything in your life is meant to be controlled. Some things are meant to be trusted. There is a difference between effort and force. Effort moves you forward. Force drains you. And maybe you've been forcing doors that were never meant to open, holding on to situations that were never meant to stay, trying to control outcomes that were never yours to decide. And that's why it feels heavy, because you're carrying something that was never yours to carry. So release it. Release the need to control every detail. Release the pressure to have everything figured out. Release the fear of what if it doesn't work out? Because what is meant for you will not require you to lose your peace to keep it. Trust does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and allowing the rest to unfold. It means taking action without attaching your entire identity to the result. It means understanding that sometimes what doesn't work out is actually working in your favor. Even if you don't see it immediately, there are things being aligned behind the scenes, paths being cleared, lessons being placed, opportunities being prepared in ways you cannot yet understand. And the more you trust this process, the lighter you begin to feel. The pressure fades, the anxiety softens, the constant overthinking slows down, and you begin to move differently, with calm, with clarity, with a quiet confidence that everything will fall into place, not because you are controlling it, but because you are aligned with it. And alignment changes everything. When you are aligned, you don't chase, you attract. You don't force, you flow. You don't panic, you trust. And in that space, life begins to open up. The right people enter. The right opportunities appear. The right moments unfold. Not rushed, not forced, but naturally, exactly as they are meant to. So breathe. Let go of the tension. Let go of the need to have all the answers right now. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are in the process of aligning with something greater, and everything that is truly meant for you is already on its way. There comes a moment when thinking is no longer enough. You've reflected, you've waited, you've tried to understand everything, but now it's time to move, because clarity does not always come before action. Sometimes clarity comes because you took action. You've been standing at the edge, looking at the life you want, imagining it, dreaming about it, planning it in your mind. But something has been holding you back. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong move. And so, you stay where it feels safe. But safe is not where your growth lies. Safe is familiar. Safe is predictable. Safe keeps you in the same place. And you already know you were not meant to stay there. You were meant to expand, to try, to risk, to step into something unknown. Because the life you want will not come to you while you stay where you are. It requires movement. It requires courage. Not perfect courage, not fearless action, but real courage. The kind where your hands shake, but you move anyway. The kind where you're unsure, but you take the step anyway. The kind where you don't have guarantees, but you trust yourself enough to begin. That is how everything changes. Not in one giant leap, but in small, brave decisions. Decisions that say, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to try. I'm ready to stop holding myself back. And the moment you decide that, something shifts. You stop waiting for permission. You stop needing approval. You stop overthinking every possible outcome. And you start doing. And when you start doing, you start learning. When you start learning, you start improving. And when you start improving, you start becoming. Becoming someone who doesn't just dream, but creates. Someone who doesn't just wish, but acts. Someone who doesn't just wait, but builds. And yes, there will be mistakes. There will be moments where things don't go as planned. But those moments are not failures. They are feedback. They are part of the process. Because every successful path is built on lessons. So don't fear getting it wrong. Fear staying stuck. Fear never trying. Fear never knowing what could have happened if you had just taken that first step. Because one day, you don't want to look back and realize you stayed in the same place because you were afraid to move. You want to look back and say, I tried. I grew. I became more than I was before. So this is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Take the step. Send the message. Start the idea. Make the change. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Because action creates momentum. And momentum changes your life. So move forward. Not perfectly. Not fearlessly. But intentionally. Because everything you've been waiting for is waiting for you to finally begin. And as you continue forward, through all the changes, all the growth, all the moments that shape you, you will begin to notice something quietly powerful. You are no longer chasing the life you want. You are becoming it. Not all at once, not in a single moment, but slowly, naturally, day by day. The way you think begins to change. The way you speak to yourself softens. The way you respond to challenges becomes stronger. Things that once shook you now pass through you. Things that once controlled you no longer have the same power. And you start to feel something new. Peace. Not because life is perfect, but because you are no longer fighting yourself. You are no longer trying to prove your worth. No longer trying to rush your journey. No longer trying to be someone you are not. You are simply being. And in that space, you discover a different kind of strength. A quiet strength. The kind that doesn't need validation. The kind that doesn't need to be loud. The kind that stands firm, no matter what happens around it. And with that strength comes clarity. You begin to see what truly matters. Not the noise. Not the distractions. Not the temporary things that once pulled your attention. But the real things. Your peace. Your growth. Your purpose. Your connection to something greater than yourself. And gratitude begins to grow inside you. Gratitude for the journey. Gratitude for the lessons. Even gratitude for the pain. Because you now understand. It all played a role. It all shaped you. It all brought you here. To this version of yourself. Who is stronger, wiser, more aware, and still growing. Because growth does not stop here. There will always be new levels. New challenges. New opportunities to become even more. But now, you face them differently. Not with fear, but with understanding. Understanding that no matter what comes next, you will handle it. You will adapt. You will learn. You will rise. Because you've done it before. And you can do it again. That is your confidence now. Not based on perfection, but based on experience. So as you move forward, carry this with you. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to control every outcome. You don't need to rush your life. All you need to do is keep showing up, keep growing, keep trusting, keep moving forward one step at a time. Because your story is still being written, and the chapters ahead have not even revealed their full beauty yet. So walk forward with faith. Walk forward with strength. Walk forward knowing you are not just living your life. You are creating it. And one day, When you look back again, you won't just see the struggles. You will see the journey of someone who refused to give up, who kept believing, who kept growing, who kept becoming. And that someone is you. Now, be still for a moment, not to think, not to figure everything out, but simply to be. Because in all this time, you've been searching for answers, looking for signs, trying to understand your path. But some truths are not found in noise. They are found in stillness, in the quiet moments where you stop running, stop chasing, stop questioning everything, and just listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. Because deep inside, you already know. You know when something feels right. You know when something feels off. You know when it's time to move, and when it's time to wait. That inner voice has always been guiding you, even when you ignored it, even when you doubted it. It never left, and it's still there now. So trust it. Trust the feeling that pulls you forward. Trust the peace that tells you you're on the right path. Trust the discomfort that tells you it's time to grow. You don't need to force clarity. Clarity comes when you slow down enough to see it, when you stop trying to control everything and start allowing things to unfold. Life is not a race. It is a journey of becoming, of learning, of experiencing, and you are exactly where you need to be within it. Not behind, not too late, not lost, just in progress. So release the pressure. Release the need to have all the answers today. Allow yourself to grow naturally, to evolve at your own pace, to move forward with calm and trust, because everything you are searching for is not running away from you. It is unfolding toward you at the right time, in the right way, for the right version of you. So breathe and let life happen, not with fear, but with trust, not with resistance, but with acceptance, and not with doubt, but with quiet, steady faith. Because even in the silence, even in the stillness, even when nothing seems to be happening, everything is aligning. And now, there is nothing more you need to chase, nothing more you need to prove, nothing more you need to become. In this moment, just be here, right now. Let your mind rest. Let your heart slow down. Let everything you've been carrying gently settle. Because you've done enough for today. You've tried. You've learned. You've held on longer than you thought you could. And that is enough. You don't always need to be strong. You don't always need to have answers. You don't always need to keep pushing forward. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is pause and trust. Trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. Trust that what is leaving is making space. Trust that where you are right now is not a mistake. Even this moment of stillness has purpose, because in stillness, you reconnect, not with the noise of the world, but with yourself, with your breath, with your presence, with the quiet truth inside you, that everything is going to be okay. Not because life will suddenly become perfect, but because you are learning how to move through it with grace, with patience, with awareness. And that is real strength. So as you leave this moment, don't rush back into the noise. Carry this calm with you, into your thoughts, into your actions, into your life. And whenever you feel lost again, return here, to this stillness, to this breath, to this truth. You are held. You are guided. You are enough, exactly as you are. There was a time when you doubted your own value, when you looked at others and felt like you were falling behind. You compared your journey, your progress, your life, and somehow It never felt like enough. But what you didn't realize then was that you were measuring yourself, using the wrong standards. You were comparing your path to people who are not meant to walk it. You were chasing timelines that were never designed for you. And in doing that, you lost sight of something important: your own worth. Your worth was never meant to be proven. It was never meant to be earned through comparison. It was never meant to be decided by others. Your worth is already within you, unchanging, unaffected by success or failure, unaffected by opinions or outcomes. And the moment you truly understand that, everything begins to shift. You stop chasing validation. You stop needing constant approval. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. And instead, you start choosing alignment, choosing what feels right for you, choosing what supports your growth, choosing what respects your peace. Because real power is not in controlling others. It is in mastering yourself, your thoughts, your reactions, your decisions, the way you show up every single day. That is where your power lives, not in external things, but within you. And when you step into that power, you move differently. You don't react to everything. You don't chase every opportunity. You don't allow every opinion to affect you. You become selective. Selective with your energy. Selective with your time. Selective with who and what you allow into your life. Because you understand, your energy is valuable. Your time is limited. And your life is too important to be spent on things that do not align with who you are becoming. So you begin to let go, not with anger, not with regret, but with clarity. Clarity that not everything is meant to stay. Clarity that not everything is meant for you. Clarity that growth sometimes means walking away. And yes, that can feel difficult, because letting go often means stepping into the unknown again. But this time, you are not the same person. This time, you trust yourself more. You understand your value more. You respect your journey more. You believe in your path more. And that changes everything. Because when you believe in yourself, you stop settling. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop doubting every decision you make. And instead, you start building a life that reflects your true worth. A life built on respect, on growth, on purpose, not on fear, not on insecurity, not on trying to prove something to the world, but on becoming someone who is deeply aligned with themselves. And that kind of life feels different. It feels calm. It feels real. It feels yours. So step into that. Step into your worth. Step into your power. Step into the version of yourself that no longer questions if they are enough. Because you are. You always have been. And now, you're finally starting to live like it.